greetings and welcome to your favorite podcast channel, Nigeria Unfiltered. Shalom Ufumerude is my name, and I'm glad to welcome you. Today, we are looking at a very unconventional topic, yet important in our present day society. We live in a society where everyone has spiritualized everything in this world. We live in a system where you either pay obeisance to a particular ritual, dogma, or what have you. Some things are spiritual because there's both the spiritual aspect of life and the physical aspect of life. But today, we want to look at an interesting topic, and that topic is the etymology of philosophy. Philosophy. Now, I will start by conceptualizing the topic, philosophy. Philosophy, as it stands, is a combination of two Greek words, phileo and sophia. Phileo simply means love. Sophia simply means knowledge. Putting them together, philosophy means the love for knowledge. Philosophy is stemmed from wonder. Philosophy is that makes man to ponder and to ask questions. It is that deep feeling that wants to make someone to make an inquiry as to certain things in life. Now let's pause and take a deep breath. If you don't think, you can't think. A thinkless man is a thankless person. A thankful person is a thankful person. Everything in life starts by an idea. Idea here means you have to think it. So if you can think it, you can be it. If you can picture it, you can be it. There is no limit to anything a man would ever be if he can first of all think about that idea. Now let's move deeper. Philosophy stands on four branches. When we say the branches of philosophy, we are looking at the components and the divergent areas, the dimensions of philosophy. Now, why is there four basic branches of philosophy? We're going to succinctly demystify them. The first branch of philosophy is epistemology. Epistemology is the branch of philosophy that deals with knowledge. Everything knowledge. And knowledge is that gives an edge over others. Anything that gives you an edge over something is knowledge. For example, if you are a skilled person, you are a computer literate, you are a digital person, you are a programmer, you are a web developer, you are a designer, and any content creator. As long as you are skillful and you have maintained mastery on what you are doing, you are having an edge. Now, it is knowledge that will make A different from B. They may have same brand or different approach and strategy. Strategy here boils down to philosophy. Philosophy here means thinking. What things can we put up? Any man that cannot think cannot actually create. Invention, innovation is bettered in deep thoughts. The spiritual people will call it inspiration. But whether we like it or not, something must inspire you to thrive in life. Life is not a bed of roses. Of course, all that you see in life is not a fun fair. Life is for serious persons. You either choose on which side of the divide you want to fall in. Either a winner or a loser. Either you dominate or you die. Life does not have room for mediocres. Master your game and you have to stay above mediocrity. Now, epistemology is the mother of all forms of knowledge. Mathematics, English, as long as it involves knowledge, that gives an edge over something. It is under the branch of philosophy called epistemology. Another branch of philosophy is the axiology. Axiology is the branch of philosophy that deals with ethics, moral uprightness, knowing right and left, knowing right and wrong. Now, axiology is what will make some persons have certain idiosyncrasies, moral standard governed by principles, laws, and rules. For example, there's a popular rule that if you break the hedge, the serpent will bite. Hence, you pray for mercy. That is a principle. There is a rule that if you must come to seek equity, you must come with clean hands. That is the rule of honesty and innocency. There is a rule that you should do to others what you want them to do to you. That is a rule. So, ethics, morality, and everything there is under the branch of philosophy called axiology. Another branch of philosophy is called logic. Logic is a branch of philosophy that deals with reasoning. Reasoning. There are two kinds of reasoning. We have the deductive reasoning and we have the inductive reasoning. Now, deductive reasoning has been proven by scholars, researchers, and academics to be the best when it comes to education, because deductive is simply means general to particular. It means that you have to infer, make a general statement, and from there you narrow down to a specific item. Let's say, for example, all men are liars. John is a man. Logically, John is a liar. That is a deductive reasoning. Another example, all lawyers are liars. Kunle is a lawyer. Therefore, Kunle is a liar. That's a deductive reasoning. Now, the other form of reasoning is called inductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning is from particular to general. And this kind of reasoning is faulted by scholars because you can't isolate a thing and generalize it. A good example is saying that Unena is a liar. Unena is a girl. Therefore, all girls are liars. It is illogical. Another example is some women are deceptive. Adenike is a woman. Therefore, Adenike is deceptive. It is under the inductive reasoning. It is not general. It is specific because it's not whole. It's not talking about a whole. So anything that has to do with some, few, little, single, individual, item is inductive reasoning. Now we move further. A reasoning can be called a valid reasoning when it's deductive, when it has a logical conclusion, when its conclusion is derived from the statement. You make a hypothetical statement, from there you infer, and then you conclude. But it's invalid when if what you say does not correlate under reasoning. Now, the fourth branch of philosophy is called aesthetic. Aesthetic is that branch that talks about beauty, fashion, and everything that around that has to do with culture, appreciation, and everything that has to do with art. So when you see artistic designs, when you see fashion, and everything that is appealing to beauty is under the branch of philosophy called aesthetic. And there's a fifth branch of philosophy, and that fifth branch is called the metaphysics. Metaphysics is that talks about stories, things beyond the physical, mystical, spiritual things. Now, let's pause. As a human being, consciously or unconsciously, you think. Now, the question that you need to ask yourself, what are you thinking on? What guides your thought pattern? Because this topic is, we are going to narrow it down to our leadership. Any man that cannot think, cannot implement, and cannot act. Acting is after thinking. Thinking is a precursor to action. A man that can think before action is a great man, is a mighty man. So I would like to admonish our leaders before starting any project, before involving in any policy. Let's think, let's pause, and let's know what will be the aftermath, the consequence of our plans and our action. Oh, NEPA has taken the light, so let's continue in Nigeria. Now, let's consider the aftermath of our actions, because it seems most of these policies that are brought to reality are a function of bad thoughts or obnoxious or arbitrary laws. Any policy that passed through the process of thinking, formulation, implementation, and feedback, most like often than not, would yield positive results. I like you as at a micro level as an individual to pause now and think that thing. There's always opportunity. Time still on your side as long as you can start now. Don't be limited. There will be obstacles in the way. A lot of things will get in the way. Don't get distracted. Be focused. As I conclude, Chinua Lumogu Achebe clearly succinct. Until the lions learn to tell his story, the hunter will keep taking the glory. James Baldwin, history is needed to chart the course for the now. Bob Marley, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. And I move again. Jean-Jacques Rousseau, man is born free. I leave you with this fact. There are three currencies in the world, so you don't have any excuse to be a failure. Persons that have achieved great results came about as a result of radical and deep thoughts, coupled with an unconventional way of disrupting system. They don't follow the status quo. They don't follow protocol. The first currency you have in this world, and the lowest of them, is money. Unfortunately, in a third world country and underdeveloped country like Nigeria, that is the most celebrated. Money is the least of all the currency. Aside money, your next currency is time. And the third currency, and the most important, is your knowledge. You can do any of those three things. If you need money, because in this part of the divide, that is the most celebrated, material wealth. If you need money to stop nonsense, you can use your time and your knowledge to get it. You can use your time to get money. You can work. You can sell an idea. You can sell a product. You can render service. Master your game, because how people perceive of you determine how they will address you. Step up your game. Let your value come up. Do you get? Don't be limited. Nothing can limit you. There is no limit to what you can do. If you can do something small, when all the opportunities are available, you can do something great. Remember, greatness does not happen one day. It is consistent effort, deliberate effort that accumulates to become good result that produces greatness. If you need to get anyone's time, your money can give you the time of anyone's time. Remember, the good book says, the gift of a man maketh way. If you want to see Mr. President, your money can attract his attention. Your knowledge can attract people. There is a centripetal force around intelligent persons. Those that always have something to give. Those that are not bankrupt or bereft of ideas. You should know that. Again, if you need knowledge, money can give you knowledge, and your time can give you knowledge. I like to pause. What are you thinking about? It is time to start thinking well. And don't just think, because thinking without action is dead. But think first. If you don't think and you make moves, it will suffer a great defeat. Thank you very much. See you at the top. Bye.